Hello and welcome. I'm Roman, the survey manager here at Mija Survey Limited. If you are listening to this, chances are you're looking out your kitchen window right now, staring at a fence and thinking, hang on, is that in the right place? Or maybe you're about to build an extension and you're terrified of accidentally building on your neighbor's land. Today, I'm going to strip away the jargon and tell you exactly how boundary surveys work in the UK and why that piece of paper you got when you bought your house might not mean what you think it means. Let's start with the biggest myth in my industry, the Land Registry plan. You know the one. It's that map with the red line around your property. Most people think that red line is the law. They think if they zoom in enough, it shows exactly where their land ends to the millimeter. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that is simply not true. In the UK, we operate under something called the General Boundaries Rule. Basically, that red line is just a sketch. It's drawn on an Ordnance Survey map, and the line itself on the paper is so thick that, in real life, it could represent a meter or more of ground. It doesn't tell you if the boundary is the fence, the hedge, or the ditch behind the hedge. So, if you and your neighbor are arguing over 6 inches of grass, that map is useless. That is where my team at Mija Survey Limited comes in. When you hire us for a boundary survey, we act a bit like property detectives. We don't just look at the map, we look at the history. We look at the original deeds, sometimes going back 50 or 100 years. We look for T-marks on old plans that show who owns the fence. We look at historical photos. Then, we come to your house with high-precision equipment, lasers and GPS. We measure exactly what is on the ground right now compared to what the legal documents say should be there. So when do you actually need to call me? The dispute. You and your neighbor disagree on where the line is. They're the project. You are building a wall or an extension near the edge of your land and want to be 100% safe. The sale. You're buying a house and the garden looks a different shape on the ground than it does on the map. Now here is my honest advice as a survey manager. If you think your neighbor has moved their fence onto your land, do not start by kicking the fence down or calling a lawyer. Lawyers are expensive, like really expensive. Start by talking to your neighbor. If you can't agree, suggest getting a neutral expert, like us, to come and survey it. Often, if you tell your neighbor, hey, let's split the cost of a survey so we both know the truth, it stops the fight before it gets ugly. We are independent. We don't take sides. We report the facts. And if you want to fix that line forever, we can help you create what's called a determined boundary. That is a special, super accurate plan that we draw up. If you and your neighbor sign it and send it to the Land Registry, they update your title and boom, that general boundary becomes a specific legal line accurate to within 10 millimeters. No more arguments for you or the people who buy your house in the future. Boundary issues can be stressful, but they don't have to be a mystery. You just need the right data. If you are worried about your borders or just want to know exactly what you own, get in touch with us at Mija Survey Limited. We're here to help you draw the line in the right place.